Welcome to I'd Play That for $1, the internet's premier budget gaming podcast, powered by the World 1-1 Podcast Network. I am your host and manager of the Dollar Store, Larry the Bearded Wonder. Joining me are my faithful employees, Chris John.
Hey.
And this week's Employee of the Month, Todd Oxtra.
I was going to say, we almost had to fire the boss. He didn't show up at the shop and left us sitting outside without no keys to get in.
Yeah, well. And then on paid sick leave, the 3 hours of it a year that she gets is Kathy, and hopefully she'll be back with us soon. So, but what we do every week is we take a look at a game that we got our grubby little mitts on for $1 or less, and we tell you if it's worth playing for that $1, or if we just give you the Chad Kroger treatment. So, which Chad Kroger's official policy is no refund, store credit only.
Better than the Fire Festival.
Oh, ouch. Yeah, no kidding. Ow. Those documentaries are, whew. So,
that's a pain.
Let's dig in. Let's get straight to it. And this week, let's kick it off with Todd, because I actually don't have yours in the spreadsheet, so it's a mystery, and I don't know what's coming.
It's a mystery. Oh my goodness, I failed on that end. My evaluation will not be good, but I'm going to kick
no
off
7-cent raise for you.
I will tell you, I'm going to go with a redemption story this week, and that is Black Future 88. I got this game from Humble Bundle, and it's currently $20 on console and Steam, so I got it for a bargain price. And best way to play it, this is a synth punk roguelike 2D action shooter with a pixel art style that's more akin to the 16-bit than 8-bit. It is really neat. And it is basically the objective is to get to the top of this tower within 18 minutes. So if you run out of time, you die. So it's procedurally generated, changes every time. And I don't know if this puts it apart, but the music and the strobing lights make you feel like you're at the weirdest rave in the world. And the first time I played this game, I thought I was going to puke. I've never had an experience like that. And I'm like, what was going on?
So far, I'm interested.
Yeah, come for the puke, stay for the vomit. I don't know. But so I'm like, you know what? I will give this game a try again. Just maybe something wasn't right. I did, and it clicked this time. I didn't have any I didn't have an aneurysm. I didn't have a Pokemon effect where the strobe lights and they have the warning. But man, oh man, if you are sensitive to strobing electric lights, this game will not be for you. But it's fun. It's essentially it's if you like Blade Runner, if you like 2D pixel graphics with hardcore elements, but it's not so hard where you don't find something cool with it, but you do learn from your mistakes. You can upgrade your weapons. You do get experience over time, so it's not like just start from scratch and zero again, which is pretty cool. And you pick your character at first. You can switch from them, but you do get different weapons down the line. You do get melee weapons, which I thought was kind of cool, versus just all projectile weapons. And then you can get more weapons. The enemies drop weapons, they drop ammo, they drop health, and they introduce mini bosses along the way. They'll introduce them to you. There's maps. So I actually enjoyed it. Like I said, this was redemption. So because I didn't think I was going to go back to this and this was going to get my nickel back, but I'm going to pay a nickel forward with Black Future 88.
I'm looking this up now to see about purchasing it because this actually really interests me.
This looks like you said, with all the strobing and all that stuff, it would give me a headache too. But it looks cool though. It looks really cool.
It's very cool. It's good movement, very fun movement. Yeah, very playable. And like I said, it's not like the roguelike punishing. The rooms are different every time, but it's not like punishing where I can't recover from it. It's not like precision platforming. It's not like precise. It's not bullet hell either. It's a good mix of those. But it's like each room, you stay in a room, and you can elevate. There's platforms, so you do have movement options within a fight with each. So it's essentially rooms based, and then you just traverse up the building. And there's a map, which is kind of nice.
I'm loving this kind of like sunset neon visual vibe that it has. So
it definitely, has a cool look, and there's a cool trailer if you just want to check it out. And they talk about some things. I didn't notice the first time I played it, the 18-minute timer at the top. And then when I listen to the trailer, it says there's 18 minutes. I'm like, okay, where is the stupid clock? I missed it. It's a tiny clock in the corner. So I'm like, you kind of underplayed that, guys.
Well, to be fair, there's so much going on that anything.
Oh no, yeah.
Hide anything in the UI that would be in the way. It'll probably like make you frustrated as hell. So
now I want to know why 18 minutes though.
Great. I don't know. I do not know. It's arbitrary, I assume, or maybe they did enough playthroughs. They realized that 18 is achievable, but it's not easy.
Like with a title like Black Future 88, you'd think that, the 18-minute timer would have some sort of significance and not just be arbitrary. They
could have said Black Future 18. It could have been like in 3018. Your point,
right?
Yeah. I think.
I'm just...
And Chris and I have had this conversation about who created a mechanic. So one of those mechanics that I think this makes me think about as we talk about this, gentlemen, is the mechanic of time trials or timed events or timed whatever, because I don't know many people that love that mechanic, but it still keeps coming back.
Right.
Yeah. Time trials has never really been my thing for the most part.
Yeah.
God knows. I was actually listening to you this morning, Todd, and this should tell you, how far back I am. But I was listening to you talk about your playthrough of Ori and the Will of the Wisps, and you mentioned time trials now, and I'm like, man, that was one of the things I really did not like in Will of the Wisps, was all the time trial stuff shoved in there. I'm like, Rrr.
When you mean time, are you talking about like the stuff where like the water is flowing or something's chasing you?
No,
there's actual time trials.
Yeah, there's actual like little side things where you have to find like the beginning and the start point of the little mini race and then race it in order to unlock some stuff. It's optional, but there is like some extra stuff locked, behind it. I think it's like shard slots or something like that. I don't remember what it is, but man, I ignored every one of them. I'm like, yeah, I tried a couple and I'm like, this is bullshit. I'm not doing these.
Control had that in some of the areas. It was like the missions, and it's like it was. And if you did that, you got something. I can't remember. It was just more experience or something. I'm like, I tried it so many times. I'm like, you know what? I'm just giving up. This isn't fun anymore.
Not worth it.
It's like it's almost like a spite mechanic, right? I'm doing it out of spite.
Oh God!
I see here that the game has co-op too. Is that you mentioned that?
I did not, and I didn't even notice that, but I could see it because you have multiple selectable characters. So I think it would be a no-brainer to put a second person in there. I don't know what they do then to accommodate the difficulty. If it's just like more enemies, higher difficulty, or something like that.
I don't know. Maybe they shorten the timer.
Oh, great!
Oh God!
Perfect. Because as we know in video game, co-op typically goes great, right, Chris?
Yeah.
No one's dumber than us together.
We still need to beat.
Yes, we do.
It Takes Two. We need to beat that.
So, final verdict on Black Future 88: play it for $1 or give it the old nickel back.
Oh, they're getting my $1.05, so they're getting $1 plus a nickel.
Ooh. Fancy. So, Chris, what you got?
Well, I know I put this on the spreadsheet. I'm gonna move that one later, but I'm gonna talk about. Oh God, that's not what I wanted to do. I'm gonna talk about a game that we were just talking about before we started the show. That I backed way back when it came out for Kickstarter, and it's Ukulele. I got this game for free on Amazon Games, so I was like, you know what, let me give this game a shot. It's I think made by some of the original people from the Banjo-Kazooie series. Am I wrong with that?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Okay, cool. So yeah, it's a 3D platformer, and it was pretty enjoyable. I like the, gathering all the little things in the world. The only thing I will say so far, I haven't beaten the game yet, but so far I just thought the introduction just took forever. There was a lot of like with the Charlie Brown or whatever
The
voices,
jibba jabba,
the
as I
jibba
call it.
jabba, yeah. That was just constantly going. I was like, you can't skip it either, and I was like, oh, just let me play the game. I mean, I know a lot of the dialogue is there to explain some of the mechanics and stuff like that, but that kind of grinded on me a little bit, but overall, I think it was still a pretty enjoyable game. I'm still, like I said, still going through the game, so it's been fun though, and it's gave me those, the old like I was just reminiscing about the platformers of yore, and but yeah, I've definitely enjoyed it. I've definitely enjoyed my time playing it, and I'd play that for $1.
Nice. I'm kind of surprised because, like I said, I think you're about the only person I've heard that didn't hate Ukulele.
Well, I mean, Todd mentioned this when we were talking before, but there was a point where there was a lot of like issues with the game. I think since I've waited this long to play it, they've kind of ironed out a lot of the things, so it seemed fine to me, other than the dialogue stuff. But like the gameplay itself seemed okay. But
I mean, I played it back when it actually like finally officially released, and man, it just felt insufferable. I'm like, yep, this is a nostalgia trip. It's just all the parts of nostalgia that we wanted to leave behind.
right.
So I don't know.
Yeah, it was at that point when they announced this, it felt like everybody's like, there are no 3D platformers. It's like there was a dearth, and there was just a room for somebody to come in and be the ones. It was like that and A Hat in Time. There was a few others that came in, and then obviously we got new Spyro, or the Spyro collection came back, and we got the remaster of that, and some other games came through. Then we got Mario Odyssey, and so I think in a way people know there's hunger for it. It just, you have to make a good one, and you can't fail at launch, because to your point, I canceled mine at the demo because I was like, this does not do well. Larry played it when it finally came out, but I don't know what I was trying to see if there's patch notes for it, like, how many patches there have been, just to see how long it's been taking this game to get up to snuff. So now, Chris, you're playing it probably the best it's ever going to be.
Probably.
Yeah, no kidding.
And the game actually is on sale, at least during this recording, it's on sale for $10 on Steam. But original price on Steam seems to be about $50. I don't think you'd ever. I wouldn't play this game for $50, but if it was like $10 or so, sure, give it a shot.
I don't know. I think you might be more generous than me, but hey, it's your call. It's your $10. So.
I did want to go back, and it's funny, Platonic, the company that made this, they also published Bullets Per Minute. They're doing the Demon Turf game, Blossom Tales 2, Gator Game, which I don't know what that is, Victory Heat Rally, and then another game I can't remember what it is. But I mean, they've kind of come a long way since they parted, and they've got some interesting games in their repertoire.
Did they do the first Blossom Tales? Really?
Well, I don't know the first one, but it says coming soon is Blossom Tales 2. So I don't know if they also produced the first Blossom Tales.
Because the first Blossom Tales was pretty dope.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It was like a reskinned Link to the Past, but it was really good.
Yeah. So
like, you're hard pressed to go wrong with that, really. So final verdict for you, Chris? Play that for $1?
I'd play it for $1 for sure.
Nice. So this week, I get to be the Debbie Downer because I played Infini.
Don't know that game.
Yeah. There's probably a good reason you don't know this piece of trash.
Ooh,
this is brutal. Like, the core mechanic is not the worst. It's not great, but it's not the worst. You essentially have you guide this little falling thing through a maze of obstacles where it's basically just don't touch the damn walls, right? And you try and guide it to the end. And when it falls to the bottom of the screen, it starts back up at the top of the screen in like the same position. So as you're working it through, it's kind of like looping around and you're working it through this maze to get it to an end goal without touching the walls and whatever else coming through. My God, it's so bad. The artwork looks like a bunch of shit just copy pasted onto a screen from various different things that make no sense together. It feels terrible to move and control your little falling upside down Buddha person thingy made of paper and pen drawing. And I'm like, what is this?
Oh my God.
Like,
I
who
just seen the
gave you-
trailer for this and it just looks like someone's acid-riddled nightmare
Yeah.
or dream. What is going on?
No, it feels like playing a bad acid trip. It's so awful.
This was funded by Canada.
Oh, God.
Call it Mark Carabin.
I would say,
tell him
get
that
Mark on the line and tell him I've
he's
got
running
some
their
words for
government
him right now.
Oh my God.
Damn it, Mark.
I'm
What the
blaming
hell?
Mark personally for having been subjected to this. Like, ah.
Every purchase
Drug-addled
comes with a side
nonsense.
order of poutine.
Yeah, right.
You
Did you
know,
get your salary? It's coming in the mail.
no, I got nothing. Honestly, the poutine might be the only thing that could redeem this because there's no redeeming qualities here digitally. Not a goddamn one.
Wow.
It's bad.
Larry,
Todd,
I'm going
you know
to
what
say
we
so
gotta
far,
do?
you might be the least lucky of the gang
Yeah.
so far.
Todd, you know what has to be done. Send it to me.
Oh my God! I'm a little rusty. But you know they say a hero can save us. I'm not going to stand here and wait for Infini. Is that how it goes?
Yeah,
Remember
a
that,
hero might
Chad
be able to
Kruger?
save us,
Well,
but
that I don't know
nothing
if that's
can
even
save
officially
Infini.
Nickelback's song,
No,
because
it's
Chad
supposedly,
Kruger and
yeah.
what's his name from Seether, right?
Hmm.
So it was a collab for Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man 2, yeah.
Oh, there you go.
And even this amazing collaboration couldn't save this piece of trash. God.
Is Nickelback Canadian?
Yep.
Oh, there you go. Even better.
Blame Mark for that too.
Yep.
God.
Lose
That's all
yourself.
right.
Their tagline in Steam is "Lose yourself in infinity, but never lose hope." Oh, it looks like Larry lost hope. All hope.
Never give up, never surrender.
I think I lost a lot more than hope here. I lost parts of my life that I will never get back.
There's a bear with a rock for a face in the trailer. What is going on?
I think there might be a story, but I couldn't explain it to you if I tried. I don't think there's enough drugs in the world.
I'm sure there's some lore out there that somebody's wrote about this game.
Oh.
There occasionally I get a screen that says something like, 973,000 days since the incident. I'm serious. It's really in there. I'm not even making this up anymore.
Wow.
Of course, the best part is I could start making up stupid shit about this and it wouldn't sound out of place either. You'd
True.
never know anymore unless you played this, which you should not under any circumstance.
There's a guy, a soldier with a gun for his head.
Yeah.
This is amazing. This is so terrible.
Is this like the
really-
worst sequel to Headlander nobody wanted?
Apparently, God.
Oh my god, this is amazing. Amazingly
Yeah,
bad.
I warned you, didn't I?
This
Like,
this
Not
trailer
even a great
doesn't end.
fiction writer could have come up with this shit. But yeah, that's it. The less said about this game, the better.
I'm sorry.
So that's all right. I'm gonna force myself to have a good game for next episode because I deserve it after this.
Get good, Larry. Get good.
Uh-huh. Well, no, it's not me. Tell the game to get good.
Oh, there's a demo I can download.
But if this game ever got good, it
ooh.
would be a different game.
No, I'm saying get good on your choices, Larry.
Yeah, I know.
That's what you can control. That don't blame the games
Yeah.
when you pick them.
Oh no, I go for a total crapshoot because I like the surprise of finding something that's actually good when I'm not expecting it.
Okay, that's
So-
maybe my new strategy. I'm just gonna do the random, like Chris does. I'm gonna do the random game generator
Uh-huh.
of my mind and come up with some darlings.
So, but all right. Well, I think we've made the rounds, so let's close up the store for the night and get the hell out of here, and we'll be back next week with I'd Play That for $1. And I want to say thank you to my friends Todd and Chris for coming and hanging out with me. Thank you to everybody that tuned in this week, and we'll be back next week, hopefully with the new now that we've done Infini, I think we're gonna have to start mandating drug testing for all employees. So we'll see you
I'm
all.
gonna be sick. I'll see you later.
Right. So we'll see you all next week here on I'd Play That for $1, powered by the World 1-1 Podcast Network. Press start to engage your mind. Good night.
Bye.